Tonight, when you close your eyes, something strange is going to happen inside your skull. Your brain will do what it has done every single night for hundreds of thousands of years. It will build a world out of nothing. It will fill that world with people, with danger, with longing. And when you wake up, most of it will vanish. But here is what almost no one ever asks. What did the people who came before you dream? Not last century, not 1,000 years ago. What did the humans who painted cave walls by firelight dream when they lay down in the dark? The answer is far stranger than you might expect. Your brain does not sleep. Not really. Every night it cycles through stages of activity, and the most vivid of these is called REM sleep, rapid eye movement, named for the way your eyes dart beneath closed lids as though watching something real. During REM, your brain is almost as electrically active as when you are fully awake. The difference is that the prefrontal cortex, the part responsible for logic, planning, and the sense of time, goes quiet. What remains is the emotional brain, the visual brain, the memory brain. And together, they run a simulation. They build a theater and they cast you as the lead. Researchers have studied this theater for decades. Matthew Walker, a neuroscientist at the University of California, Berkeley, and author of long-running sleep research, describes dreaming as overnight therapy. During REM, the brain strips the emotional charge from difficult memories. It processes fear, loss, and confusion in a state where the stress hormones that normally fire during waking threat responses are chemically suppressed. You relive the experience, but you relive it without the pain turned up to full. The dream, Walker argues, is how you survive what happens to you. This is not a modern invention. The brain that runs your dreams tonight is the same brain that ran dreams in ancient caves. The architecture has not changed. Your hippocampus still consolidates the day. Your amygdala still tags moments as threatening or safe. Your visual cortex still fires in the dark. The same loop that runs in you ran in the people who buried their dead with ochre 70,000 years ago. But what filled those ancient theaters? Here is what we can piece together. The most ancient and universal dream themes are not abstract. They are not symbolic in the way a modern therapy session might treat them. They are immediate. They are physical. You are being chased. You are falling. You cannot move. You open your mouth to scream and no sound comes out. These are not random glitches. They are rehearsals. Antti Revonsuo, a Finnish cognitive neuroscientist, proposed what is now called the threat simulation theory. His argument is precise and uncomfortable. He suggests that dreaming evolved specifically to simulate threats. The sleeping brain runs threat scenarios so that the waking brain can respond faster when those scenarios become real. Every dream in which something hunts you is a training session. Every dream in which you fail or fall or freeze is your brain filing the sensory and emotional pattern of danger so that one day, in waking life, when a predator moves at the edge of the firelight, your body already knows what to do. For ancient humans, that was not a metaphor. It was survival. Think about what a night actually looked like for a human 50,000 years ago. No walls thicker than animal hide and woven branches. No electric lights pushing back the dark. The savannah does not sleep. Leopards hunt at night. Hyenas circle encampments. The darkness was not peaceful. It was a pressure. And the brain that could rehearse danger while the body rested, the brain that could process the day's near misses and encode the scent and sound and shape of threat, that brain had a survival edge. The people whose brains ran vivid, frightening threat simulations were more likely to wake up. Literally, they were more likely to survive until morning. You carry that legacy every time a nightmare wakes you in cold sweat at 3 in the morning. But threat was not the only content. There is another category of ancient dreaming that is harder to study but no less important. It is the category researchers sometimes call social simulation. Kelly Bulkley, a scholar who has spent decades analyzing dream content across cultures and throughout history, has documented that dreams worldwide and across recorded time are overwhelmingly populated by other people. Not strangers, known people, friends, rivals, family, leaders, enemies. The sleeping brain rehearses social scenarios with the same intensity it rehearses physical ones. This makes sense when you remember what social failure meant for an ancient human. Exile from the group was a death sentence. Being misjudged by the alpha of your band, losing the trust of a coalition partner, failing to read the intentions of someone who wished you harm, these were threats as real as any predator. The brain that could rehearse complex social dynamics at night was the brain that could navigate them more effectively by day. So when you dream about a conversation you wish had gone differently, when you dream about someone who hurt you and you cannot figure out why they are still there when you wake up, when you dream about standing in front of a crowd and forgetting what you were supposed to say, you are not broken. You are ancient. You are running software that has been running since before the first sentence was ever spoken. There is something else, something that separates the ancient human dreaming experience from your own in one specific and important way. Ancient humans almost certainly did not dream alone. In cultures without artificial light, without the ability to lock a door and seal yourself in private darkness, sleep was communal. Anthropologist Carol Worthman of Emory University has studied sleep patterns in contemporary non-industrial societies and found that co-sleeping, communal sleeping in shared firelit spaces is the human baseline. The individual bedroom is a recent invention. For most of human existence, you fell asleep surrounded by the breathing of your group. And when you woke from a dream, screaming or gasping, others were there. Dreams were not private. They were shared immediately. Across hunter-gatherer societies studied by anthropologists, dreams are treated as information, relevant information. A dream about a good hunt or a coming storm or a dangerous stranger was reported to the group at waking. The dream was not a personal psychological event. It was social data. It fed decision-making about where to move, what to fear, whom to trust. This is why virtually every ancient culture, from the earliest Mesopotamian texts to the dream incubation temples of ancient Greece, from Aboriginal Australian dream traditions to the Iroquois dreamwork practices of North America, treated dreams as meaningful messages, not metaphors for internal states, actual guidance, actual information arriving from somewhere the waking mind could not reach. They were not wrong. They were simply naming, in the language available to them, what neuroscience would confirm thousands of years later, that the dreaming brain processes information your conscious mind cannot access, and that what it produces, the scenarios, the emotional signals, the sudden clarity about something you had been unable to resolve, is genuinely useful. Your ancestors just did not call it neurological processing. They called it a message from the ancestors. The content of your dreams has been shaped by two forces: evolution, which built a brain that simulates threat and social dynamics and emotional memory, and culture, which changed what those simulations are filled with. An ancient human did not dream about missing a flight. They dreamed about missing the hunt. The shape of the fear is the same. The context has simply shifted to fit the world you now move through. Tonight, when you close your eyes, you will not be alone in the dark. You will be running the same ancient program that kept your ancestors alive through tens of thousands of years of darkness. Every dream that frightens you is a rehearsal. Every face that visits you in sleep is your brain trying to understand the people you need. Every moment of falling, of being chased, of opening your mouth and making no sound is not a malfunction. It is your oldest inheritance. The cave wall artists who painted by torchlight, the hunters who woke before dawn to share what they had seen in the night, they are still in there, still running, still dreaming through you. Tonight, when you close your eyes, the dark that meets you has been waiting since the very beginning.